Hello everyone, it's Silverfoxspectre, and before I show you what I have to show you today, I'd like to apologize for no video last week. I want to start uploading more consistently. However, because of trimester finals, I had been held back last weekend. I didn't really get much chance to record. So this weekend I'm going to make up for that and make two videos, one today and one tomorrow. But let's get into this, shall we? I said last week, or 2 weeks ago rather, that I was going to be showing you the laser drill, and I am. So why are we in the superflat world instead of the other world that I had been practicing in? Well, the laser drill has one very, very important condition to use it, and that's that it has to be placed on bedrock. And the reason is because it's not for mining, contrary to how the name sounds. This was inspired by a mod that has a laser drill. Okay, this is not an original idea, it's just an original implementation. The drill has to be placed on the ground, on bedrock. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. On bedrock to work, and what it does is it slowly but surely generates resources for you, raw resources that are supposed to be quote unquote below the world. And it will generate them infinitely once you have it set up. It just is very, very expensive to, set up. And that's fair given that it's, producing infinite resources. So, to make the laser drill also, notice this? You see how this is properly colored? And it's not all dark like it had been before? Yeah. I was reading through the comments of one of the older videos that actually, let me check real quick to see who was it that said that. Because one of my loyal watchers, I don't really have a whole lot of them, had suggested a fire tick. Resistance is futile. Resistance underscore is underscore futile. I'm gonna guess he had suggested that I use the fire tag in the entities that, or the armor stand that is, that this block is being rendered with, to make it so that it would glow instead of just, looking all dark like it did before. It would just look almost black. So huge thanks to him. I still have one other issue which I'm not sure how to correct, which is if you look up too high then it disappears, but because the base of the armor stands down there. But anyway, that's irrelevant. Point is, first you need to make a laser drill. And you make it with 4 iron wire, 2 iron ingots, a nether star, so yes, it gets pretty expensive pretty quickly, 1 red stained glass, and a dropper in a workbench. And you saw the order. The iron wire goes in the corners, the dropper on top, the iron ingots on either side, nether star in the middle, and the red stained glass at the bottom. And you get a laser drill. Also, I turned up the sound in my recording so you can actually hear in-game sound effects better. The laser drill, unlike the quarry and the smeltery, do not have advanced. The laser drill does not have an advanced version, and that's because I figured it's already so powerful and it has upgrades anyway, which you'll see shortly. The laser drill you place on bedrock. Must be placed vertically. If you place a laser drill incorrectly, it'll give you a little message saying what's wrong with it. Must be placed on bedrock. If I clear the chat and then place it sideways, not on bedrock, you'll see both of them. Must be placed vertically, must be placed on bedrock. But if you do place it vertically and on bedrock, play successfully. It's not running though. It's just sitting here inactive right now. And why is that, you might ask? Well, because you haven't given it its frame yet. Its frame requires 40 obsidian and 4 observers. And the observers are kind of tricky to place. I'm just going to break it for the moment. They have to be placed around it with the red bits facing in. Just like so. And then the laser drill in the middle. The obsidian is a little bit more irritating. So this dirt is just a placeholder block. If you go 1 block out from each of the observers, you have to place this little arch of 5 blocks of obsidian. This has the most complicated structure of anything in this data pack, but again, I think that's fair given what it does. You have to make this semicircular pattern around the laser drill, not just on the ground, but also up in the air. The middle bits don't matter, and you'll see why shortly, but if you just listen as I finish this last arc, you can hear the drill turn on. And now it's active. This is the required structure for the laser drill. It's a bit much, I know. But this will, slowly, I believe it's every 30 seconds, if I remember properly, every 30 seconds, the laser drill will spit out an item. And it will just spit it out on top. And see, just like that. Now, it's most likely going to give you some stone variants, but, well, not most likely. It's like an 8% chance for each stone variant. So that's four different stone variants, right? So 32% chance will give you a stone, either andesite, granite, regular stone, or what's the other one? Diorite. But, well, first of all, it's just going to spit them out, which is kind of irritating. That's why you get a chest. You see, that time it gave me iron. It can give you every ore, including nether ores, randomly. If you place a chest on top, obviously, because this is actually a dropper, it'll just spit them into the chest. And you'll see that here shortly. I'm just going to stick these in there. The observers, you might think that's kind of a weird thing to have for it. Why not just the obsidian? The observers are actually just a clever way of, well, a semi-clever. I like to think it's clever. So you got another iron. I like to think that it's a clever way to hide the fact that every time that what do you call it? An item is generated, it's generated in here via a loot table. But then I need to power the drill, the dropper, so that it spits the item up and out whenever it mines one. So this doesn't just fill up and then we have a whole new issue. And the reason this can't even fill up is because it actually sets a loot table whenever it generates an item. It sets a loot table which will erase any other item that you put in there. If I put a dirt in there, well, that dirt is going to disappear in a moment. And as I said, it's every 30 seconds or so. So this might be a few seconds. Hold on. ... There we go. You saw it was replaced with iron and then it just spat out into here. See, I got stone, andesite, and iron. Which, okay, that's all right, and it hasn't really generated any diamonds or anything yet, and it still has a good chance of generating just stone, which kind of sucks. And also, see this hopper? But you can, of course, because it's a, what do you call it? Because it's a dropper, you can place, oops, you can do this kind of thing where you run a hopper stream over on top of it, so it will actually pull the items out and send them into some other storage system, so it's not just one chest on top. But get rid of that. Don't need it. You can actually improve the laser drill. Now you're probably wondering what this set of items is for. Well, if you go into a crafting table, you can actually type, providing that you've already crafted it at least once, which unlocks the recipe, Power Stone, which is 8 diamonds surrounding a block of glowstone. Yes, this is expensive, but it's definitely worthwhile. Power Stone, placed on the other side of these holes, will actually give the laser drill a boost, and you can place up to 5 of them, because, well, you know, go up to here. And I had all of those just so that you could see. I could craft all 5, but it doesn't matter really. Placing it 1 block away from those holes will boost the thing. However, it's not really. Okay, got nether quartz ore, that's good and all. You got a piece of coal. But that's still not, it's not actually getting any boost yet. You need to place stained glass, either blue or red currently. Those are the only 2 that really do anything. in these little holes for that little laser to appear to give boosted effects. And red does, what is it called? It increases the quality of items that you get from it. It increases the quality of items that you get from mining. You notice this top bit though doesn't have the little laser. That's because you can only put up to 4 focus lenses. That's what these are called. They're called focus lenses at a time. If you remove that, then you have it takes the one from the top. If I put this again, it will ignore the one at the top, and yada yada yada. You can see the picture. And this will guarantee that you will not get any stone, and you will only get ores at higher ratings. Now remember how I said it's every 30 seconds it generates an item. If you instead were to use blue glass as a lens, a blue lens increases the speed. One blue lens, one speed lens, that's what I'm going to refer to them as, one speed lens will take it from 30 seconds to every 15 seconds. 2 will make it every 10. 3 will make it every, what is that? What's 30 divided by 4? Some number. A little less than 8, a little more than 7, about 7.5, I believe. And 5 will make it every, I don't know, what is that? Every 5 seconds. This is the absolute fastest this can run. Every 5 seconds this will generate an item. And you'll see that slowly over time. Yeah, you can see that this is actually generating more items now. And it just generates 1 ore for it. And you see it's getting diamond. Speed, you might think, is the best, but because the percentages are still the same as by default, you're most likely going to get these 5 things. These are the most 5 likely things for you to get. I believe coal and iron both have higher, coal and iron I believe both have higher chances than any of the stone variants, but stone collectively has the highest chance of being drawn. Stone, andesite, granite, and diorite, which I haven't gotten any of somehow. So the thing is, and you can actually have all 5 these speed lenses as well. If you want, though, the most effective thing to do is to have, this is what I have found, the most effective thing is to have 4 focus and 1 speed, because then you don't get any stone at all, because you can only have up to 4 lasers, and 4 of them make sure you don't get stone. You can only have, and you get 1 every 15 seconds instead of every 30. So you double the speed and very much improve the quality of things gotten. You can play around with the lens assortment as well. Like maybe you find one method that gets you the most diamonds because it only has, I don't know, 3 focus and 2 speed. But yeah, there are, as I said, there's only these 2 different lenses right now, the speed and the focus. However, if I can, I will try to add other lenses in the future. Maybe a green one for, who knows? I don't actually know. Maybe a green one would increase your chances of getting emerald and diamond, like more likely to get crystals. So these 3 in particular. Or maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. Because I was originally thinking that each color of glass would correspond to a different material. So if you were to, go to wherever glass is hiding. Let's see, blue, maybe light blue would increase diamonds, dark blue would do lapis, red would be redstone, I mean, what else would it be? Black would be coal, light gray would be iron or something, gold, emerald for lime, or maybe just green. I could have done things like that. White would give you quartz. I could have done that, but I really liked the idea of having one for speed in particular, and either way, because as I said before, it's done with loot tables. The more different kinds of quote-unquote focusing lasers that I have would just mean that I have to make that many more loot tables and balance them to make sure that they're relatively fair. That would take a long time, and this has already been a long time coming. This data pack as a whole has already been a long time coming. So I think I'll just maybe leave this as that. If you have any suggestions for for lenses that don't really influence what you get, just how you get it or how much you get, uh, maybe what you get if you have something really creative. But I'm not going to make one individual lens for each item or each type of item, because this is already very, very overpowered in the fact that you can get, look at this. This has been running for only a few minutes and it's already got 4 emerald, 2 diamond, 2 lapis, 3 redstone, a nether quartz, and then a bunch of metal and coal. Like, that's pretty good. I mean, it's not anything, shocking, right? But if you have this running for even just 1 or 2 Minecraft days, in-game days, you're gonna get a lot, and I mean a lot, of materials from that. Alright, so I'm back on the other world that I had been running on before, and this hole had been dug out by a, a quartet, if you will, of regular quarries, like how this group was. They're all powered right now, so they stopped. But this was basically the same thing, that had this drill on it. This drill has been running for maybe a collective, I don't know, 10 hours at most. Just however much time I've spent on this world, this thing has pretty much been running for. Look at this. Look at this. This thing is making bank, and way more than... I'm just throwing items around, aren't I? Way more than really it should have. This is a very ridiculous amount of resources to have gotten from, well, just not doing anything, really. I have definitely made my return on diamonds more than that, because, especially with Fortune, or the Smeltery in particular, this is more than a stack, that's for sure. Iron and gold, I mean, because of the way the focusing lasers work, it's not really getting a whole lot of iron or coal or whatever. Those have higher chances at lower levels. But it has been running very nicely for a long time. I'm just trying to organize it a little bit so it's easier to look at and see exactly how much stuff I have. Oh wait, I didn't put the gold back up here. And then the diamond there, and then the emerald, and then this stuff. Look at that. These are the only 8 different things that this is actually capable of producing with all 4 focus lasers, and it has, well, definitely mostly generated diamond. Diamond, redstone, and gold all have the highest chance of being generated at this point, which, that's pretty good. That's pretty good going for, 10 hours. And chances are in a survival world you'd have it running even longer. And as I said before, with different assortments of speed lasers and focus lasers, that will change drastically how much is actually being produced. I have another hole over here. But yeah, definitely in in cooperation with a smeltery or an advanced smeltery, you can get a lot of resources. Okay, I'm actually just going to show it just for the sake of it. I'm going to show you. I'll leave 3 just for sorting purposes. I'm going to take these other diamonds, okay, and I am going to process all of them in a smeltery. 64 and 11. Is this one advanced? Yes, it is. Brilliant. And I believe I have the hopper underneath to take out the buckets. That's good. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a little staircase. That'll work. And then I'll get a bunch of lava, I guess. Wait, how do I do this? There we go. That should definitely be enough. And I'm going to go into survival mode. I'm going to fill this up. just use all of them until I can't, basically. Okay, so there's a little bit more than 2 loads. So I'll let this process. Hopefully I don't burn myself in that process. Already way more than a stack. Oh shoot, I forgot about this thing. Oops. Slash give. No. Me. A diamond pickaxe, please. Where's that? There it is. That is a lot of stone. I forgot about the little stone generating bit. Just because I made this does not mean I'm an expert with it. That's a disclaimer I want to point out right now. Also, while I'm mining this out, it's a great time to mention the fact that Power Stone requires a Silk Touch pickaxe to mine and get back. If you break it with a regular pickaxe or your fist or anything like that, you will not get it back. It has to be Silk Touch to get it back. Otherwise, it's just gone. So please keep that in mind and do not lose your precious, what do you call it? Power stones. Although with the laser drill, you're going to make more than a return on it. So that's how much I've gotten so far. And one more time for 3 more. Well, 3 more, I believe. I don't know how much 3 more is going to give me. Also, this isn't even the full... I forgot. I wasn't even doing this with full efficiency. I'm going to run this again. I'll do it off screen, and then I'll just show you guys the results. This is just if you fill it to the brim. But as you know, it's most efficient to do this in multiples of 10 if you were paying attention in my other video, or if you even saw my other video. It's most efficient to do this in multiples of 10 instead of just throwing in a bunch like that. So 3 stacks in 10 from a stack in 11. And I just ran it again with full efficiency, having multiples of 10 every run except for the last one because that was 75 ore, so the last one was off of it. I still got 3 stacks in 10. Apparently it wasn't enough to make a difference. But yeah, as you can see, like, I definitely made more than my return on diamonds for having 40 go into power stones. The glowstone, of course, you don't get back, but that's, I mean, again, it's worthwhile given what you get out of it. Here's who knows how many sets of diamond armor just because I used a few buckets of lava and made an initial investment in diamonds and a nether star. The nether star is probably the most expensive bit of this whole process, but still, that's a lot of diamonds. But that's really all there is to it. Oh, I didn't update this. Okay, well, that shouldn't be like that. It's fine. Just ignore it for now. As you can see, though, this is definitely one of the most valuable things to have in your world. You get a lot of resources out of it. And yes, this is in fact sitting on top of a piece of bedrock. It needs to be to work. This has been fun. This has been one of the more fun ones to make, and I'm really glad that I did this. And I hope that you guys enjoy it too. And as I said, there will be another video uploaded tomorrow, and that is, what is that? That's May, or is it March? It's March. March 24th, you'll get another video. But I think that's all. And until the next video, which will cover... What does the next video cover? It covers something. Oh yeah, diamond steel. Because this is actually the last machine that I had to show you guys. Diamond steel is one of the resources that you can get from... What do you call them? What are these called? Mineral compressors and all of that. Again, with the texture error, I thought I just fixed that. Maybe not. I don't know why. I could have sworn that I fixed that, but maybe not. That will be fixed shortly once I can figure out how to. But yeah, as I said before, diamond steel is one of the things that you can get from mineral compressors, along with iron wire, and electrium. And in the next video, I'll show you diamond steel, and I'll request some suggestions for it. But yeah, a lot. I keep saying "but yeah" a lot in my videos, and I'm trying to stop that. But yeah. One last thing that I wanted to say about the laser drill, as the only requirement to use it. There's a graphical glitch happening right over there whenever I turn. The only requirement to use it is that it's sitting on bedrock. This could be running on top of the roof of the Nether in a gigantic grid if you really wanted it to. It could be running on the few bits of bedrock that are in the end, on the end towers. However, wherever you want it to run, and it'll work. Anyhow, that's all I had to say and show you guys for this video. Please leave a like if you did like it. I need to know if you guys enjoy this stuff. It was fun and painful trying to get this to work. This was arguably one of the hardest ones to get working. It was either this or the smeltery. If you have any suggestions, let me know. If you have, especially for focusing lenses, or not focusing lenses, for the laser drill's lens situation. If you have any suggestions for lenses other than speed and focus, and you be creative with them. I don't just want generic. Oh, if you put green, it increases emerald chance. Now, do something a little bit more. Either make it more vague or make it more unique. Those are very predictable upgrades, and I don't care for that. And I know that sounds a bit. What's the word? That sounds a little bit. Persnickety, maybe. That might be the word you'd use, but I don't really care. I am saying what I genuinely think and how I want this to go. Any suggestions, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time.